So you have all these bins of unorganized, unsorted Lego. You know how old these pieces are? Let's find out. What's up, guys? I just recently came across a big bin, big tote full of Lego bricks from an estate sale. And these bricks are all pretty much, I'm pretty confident, are from the 70s, from the early 70s. There's a couple of things in there that are from the late 70s, but I'm pretty positive they're all from the 70s. But while I was going through these bricks, I came across several different pieces. And so I have a hashtag bet, because I want to know what year these bricks are from. And there's only one person you can ask that to, and that is omniscient one, Bricktsar. So I'm going to show you a few pieces. I'm going to show you some differences, and you guys may be able to help me out. You may be able to leave some comments and tell me the differences. But this is for Bricktsar, and I know he will give us a better explanation of when these pieces are from. Not what sets they come from, but kind of the time period they come from. And I'll show you what got me puzzled. Alright guys, so all of these bricks came out of that same bin. And a lot of them look real similar. The first one let's talk about is this one. Now this, I don't know if you could see it. There you go. That's about as good as you're going to get it. But it's got the waffle bottom. So my question is, when were these bricks created? What time frame? And did they go straight from this? Did they evolve right to this? This tubing style back? Or was there something in between this and this? So that's question number one. So the next question I have is about these bricks. You can see here's two 1x8s, and two 1x2s. Now if you look at these two bricks, this one has the tubes on the bottom, and this one doesn't. Same thing here. This one has the tubes on the bottom, and this one doesn't. So when did the bricks lose this and become this? And as I was going through some part lists, I found, now unless all the sets I were looking at had tubes on it, which I didn't know for sure, how do you decipher an older set that it has a brick with no tubes? And are these bricks just old bricks, or are they called something different? So that's the next question. When did these bricks become these bricks? And if you're going through a bricklink order, how do you know if you need these or if you need this one? I know these are common, these are newer bricks or newer style bricks, but is there any notation that asks for this tubeless brick? So that's the next question. So now let's get to these little plates right here. All these plates look alike. I know one of them's blue, but so the first one we have is this one. This one's kind of got like an off red color. I don't know if the camera's going to pick it up. But if you turn it over, it has that little slot in the inside. Very, very, very little slot right there at the top. It's hard to focus it. Right there. You can see there's a slot right there. And if you look, I don't know if you're going to be able to see it on this camera I got here, but see if I can get it to focus. You can see that the Lego print is like, I don't know, it's not script, it's just written. Okay, so then we go to this one. This is another 1x2 plate. You see the logo. Come on, focus. I don't know if you can pick it up, but this logo is kind of evolving into what we have today. And you look on the back, and the back is the same as what we have today. Got a little tube in the middle. So then you go to this one, which is the newer style. And there is a slight difference in the logo. And you can see that's what we have today. So the difference in these two right here is the logo. And I don't know if you're going to be able to pick this up on the camera. But When did that go away? And if you're doing the main question around this is if you're completing an old vintage set, how do you know which one of these you need? So that's the question pertaining to those bricks. Now I brought this one in here, not to compare, but so you could see thought maybe it would pick it up. There you go. So you can see that one on the top is kind of not even centered. I don't know if you can make that out, but you can see the print on that one is a lot different than what we have today. And this is what we have today. Kind of a little bit of a script. There you go. So then we get to these three. And this is really this is another one of the main questions. So if you look at these three bricks, they all look pretty close. Except for this one is the oldest one, I think. And it has that old Lego written on the top. But if you turn this one over, it has the tubes. Make sure I'm not confused. It has the tubes on the back. So then you go to this one. Now this one has the logo like we have today. It's not going to make it out. There you go. When you turn it over, you see the tubes, they have a slot in there. Can you see that? See that slot in those tubes? And then you have the one that we have today, which is this one. And it doesn't have the slot in the tubes. And I know there's actually another one that doesn't have any tubes at all. So, the question is when you're on Bricklink, what time period are these three different bricks from? And how do you know on Bricklink, or when you're doing an inventory for a set, which one of these three bricks which one of these three bricks you need? How do you know? How can you tell by filling out the inventory for a set, a vintage set? How can you tell? So if you're looking in the inventory for a vintage set, how do you know which one of these you need? Because they're all red 2x4 bricks, and if you want to be error correct, how do you know which one of those you need? The one with the tubes, the one with the slotted tube, or the old logo? Same thing here. Do you need the one with no slot or the one with the slot? How do you know? There are a couple of them that I noticed were listed, and maybe they weren't listed because it's not the old vintage piece. So, but how do you know which one of those you need? And then how old is this? And how did that evolve into what we have today? Is there something between this one and this one? Alright guys, so that's the question for today. That's a hashtag back. How old are these bricks, Bricktsar? When did they come? Alright, so that's the question of the day, Joseph. How old are some of these bricks? How did they evolve from the early ones to the newer ones? I know you've got a lot of examples that you could show us. Maybe you can explain the evolution of the bricks. And how do you know on Bricklink which one of those bricks you need if you're doing a vintage set and you want to be error correct? I know that's right in your wheelhouse. You guys might have some of the answers. You can leave me some comments below. You can explain some things to me. So that's it, guys. Let's wait for the response from Bricktsar. Let's see where he goes with this. I think I've given him a little homework. Not that he needs the homework or the research, because I know he has all the answers. But he might have to go dig out some older bricks to show us some better examples. So that's it for this one, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. If you've got some of the answers for me, leave them below. If not, tune in to Bricktsar and find out the answers to all our questions. Follow along each Sunday. I kind of wanted to... This one was rattling around in my head because I did a couple sets and I didn't know exactly which one of those bricks I needed. So I tried to piece it together the best I could, and I'm thinking that because it didn't have a special notation, that it needed a brick like the ones we use today, let's just say a current brick. So I don't think it needed any of those older pieces. But I'm really not sure. So I want the answer. I hope you want the answer. I hope you're interested in this kind of stuff. Stay tuned. Every Sunday we try to put these out. Follow the playlist. Follow us both. Check out Bricktsar's answer thingy. Thanks for watching. Really appreciate all the support. And until the next time,